Warning, this content may be disturbing to some audiences. Subscribe. If you dare. She wanted us to hand her 22 packs of sweet and low in the drive-thru so that she could take them home. Hey everybody, welcome to ANECDOSED. People ask Reddit. Waiters of Reddit, what's the most ridiculous order someone's placed and how did you deal with it? Number 1. I worked at a national pizza chain for a while as a manager. We used to get this guy who would order all the time. He was lactose intolerant so couldn't have cheese, and had severe heartburn when he ate red sauce. He would order an XL Supreme with no sauce and no cheese. I told the guy if I did that, the toppings would just fly all over the box, but he didn't care. We ended up just baking the dough separate from the toppings and put the toppings in a small wing box on the side for him. Guy said no other pizza place would do that for him, and he turned out to be a great repeat customer who always tipped well. Number 2. Not a waiter but a cook. Had a lady order her tofu scramble burnt. So I cooked it hard. She sent it back because it wasn't burnt enough. So I cooked it harder. She sent it back again, and the waiter said she really wants it burnt. So I got a wok super hot, put too much oil in it and proceeded to burn the crap out of it. My chef came by and lost his shit. I explained it to him and he watched me burn just ruin the thing. It was black and smelled like a tire fire. She ate all of it and said we were the only place to get it right. She came back every weekend for it, and we had to train new cooks how to burn the living F out of her food for her. I still can't comprehend why she would eat that. Number 3. I once had a guy place his order, and then say and give me one of those spaghetti appetizers. I had been working there for a couple months, and we had no pasta dishes whatsoever on the menu. I politely tried to clarify this, but he wasn't having it. He just kept getting more irate. He insisted that he eats here all the time, and he always gets the spaghetti appetizer. Eventually, he gets up from his table, storms over to another one, and points at what he wants on another diner's table. He was pointing at their coleslaw. And yes, as far as he was concerned, I was still the asshole for not knowing what he was talking about. Number 4. The strangest request. When I worked for Starbucks, I helped open the first drive-thru store in the area, so it was a learning process for some customers. A lady orders in the drive-thru lane an iced venti vanilla latte with 22 sweet and lows. Me, 22 sweet and lows, like 22? Customer, sigh yes 22 sweet and lows. Me, okay, please pull up. Now at the drive-thru we put the extra milk and sugar in the drinks for the customers, when in a cafe they would add it on their own. So, the person working the bar looks at me like, for real this lady wants 22 packs of sweet and low in her latte. That's what she said, so that's what we made her. The lady pulls up and pays for her drink. I hand it over and tell her to have a nice day. She stops and says, "Oh, can I get those sweet and lows now?" I just looked at her and said that they were already in her drink. Boy was she pissed. She wanted us to hand her 22 packs of sweet and low in the drive-thru so that she could take them home. Number 5. Oh, how I miss my old regular. We are not a fine dining establishment, it's a small family-style Italian restaurant. This lovely gray-haired gentleman would call ahead so that we could put a salad bowl in the freezer for him. After that I would go to his spot at the bar, or the closest one open to it, and set a large dinner napkin down, that he placed his salad/meal on. I would then place an empty wine glass with a napkin over it, per his request, just in case the dinner napkin didn't specify that the seat was taken. Once he got there I would go to the back and make his specific salad, very little lettuce, extra mushroom, extra tomato, extra onion, no shredded cabbage, and no cucumber. That would be after I get him 2 ice cold beer glasses for his 70/30 sweet/unsweet tea mixture with an extra glass of ice. He would then attempt to engage in a 5 to 10 minute conversation about our specials for the evening, and how he could alter them. The guy came in between 3 to 6 nights a week and always tipped fairly. He was the kind of nice old guy that would get you and your wife birthday cards because that stuff was important to him. He then moved 45 minutes away and we never saw him anymore. Miss the hell out of that old man though. Number 6. I worked as a waitress when my mom was a cook. There was one lady who ordered a medium rare steak, and the first time it came out she cut a very small piece off the edge. Of course it was not rare enough, so she sent it back. My mom makes another one and again the lady sent it back after cutting into the very edge. The third one that was sent back my mom grabbed it off the plate with her bare hands, walked out to the lady and ripped the steak in half screaming, "This is what medium rare looks like in the middle." And then basically said GTFO. My mom is pretty awesome but not someone you want to piss off. Number 7. I had a 4-top once that one of the gentlemen was ordering and asked for extra onion, and he made extreme emphasis on extra onion. So I go to put the order in and I have to talk to the chef to make sure he understands extra onion. So when the order comes out, I get a side plate of a cut whole onion. I giggle and take the order to the table. I put the orders of food in front of all the other guests and left the onion man for last. I set his plate of food and extra onion down, he looks up at me and starts laughing. The whole table is now laughing. I'm like Defuke. Apparently wherever they go, no matter what he always has to ask for more onion, and this time my snarky chef nailed it. Number 8. I used to work at Whole Foods as a juicer, and this one guy would come in every day and order 12 ounces of garlic juice to go, which is like $20 BTW. After a couple weeks of seeing him order the same thing, I asked him to drink it in front of me because I didn't believe it was humanly possible to ingest that much garlic. He downed it all in front of me and said, "This along with much garlic comes much loneliness." I laughed and he said, "No, seriously, I work from home." Number 9. 10 years in the service industry, checking in. At the Italian restaurant I worked at as a server/bartender/manager for 5 years, we had a lot of regular customers come in and had some strange requests. Most were nothing too special, but one guy would come in 4 to 5 days a week, and he would never order anything on the menu unless it was a busy night, and we wouldn't have time to get crazy. On the slower nights though, he would order things with sauces we didn't normally make, or special dessert concoctions, even though we prepared desserts daily, and did not make them to order. The craziest thing he ever ordered though, was a donut explosion. To be clear, we did not know how to make donuts. However, there was a Dunkin' Donuts next to our location, and he sent one of his favorite servers next door to pick up a dozen random donuts. When he came back, the customer told me which ones he wanted on his dessert, and I proceeded to go back into the kitchen and whip up his dessert to his specification. It consisted of 2 donuts, topped with vanilla ice cream, layered between the brownie cake that was our house specialty, and topped with chambord and a port wine fig sauce that we put on pork chops. This was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in a restaurant, but he let me try a bite and it was effing amazing. Needless to say, he ordered it a few more times before I left that restaurant. Number 10. Barista here. We had a Narcotics Anonymous convention in town once. I had someone order a 16 ounces cup with as much espresso as would fit. It was something like 18 shots, cost about $25, and he downed it at the counter and went woo. Another guy wanted a 16 ounces cup with half vanilla syrup and half espresso. A lady regularly asks for a cup of regular coffee with a large spoonful of butter stirred in. We do breakfast sandwiches on bagels and croissants, and a businessman with a group of his colleagues had ham/egg/cheese, but he wanted it on a chocolate croissant. I think my favorite incident, though, was a lady that wanted a latte with half non-fat and half soy, a triple shot with 1 regular shot, 1 decaf shot, and 1 half calf shot, heated to a specific temperature, double cupped, 1 Splenda and 1 equal stirred into the shots. The works, basically. The guy behind her thought it was as ridiculous as I did, and he loudly asked for a mocha bullshit drink with 1/3 goat's milk, 1/3 cashew milk, and 1/3 giraffe milk, cooled with a chip of ice from a Norwegian glacier and topped with nutmeg and gold flake. Then he said, "Wait, is your giraffe milk fair trade? Okay, never mind then, I'll just have a cup of coffee." He still comes in. I love that guy. Number 11. Had a guy send one of our servers to the kitchen about 7 times, which is down the stairs far away from her section, to inquire about the weight of different hamburgers. All of them were the same, yet he insisted she go down and check and would watch to make sure she did. He sends her away to mull it over for a while, and you can see him snickering with his equally douchey looking 2 sons. Finally the guy decides he wants a 24 ounces grilled burger with nothing else but the patty, no seasoning or anything. Not like some hulking bro trying to get extra protein, just an old asshole who wanted to F with the poor server. After a bite, he said he didn't like it and ordered another burger. Tipped a very solid 0% after telling her it'd all be worth it. This is why we're all mildly functioning alcoholics. Number 12. A customer ordered a triple grandpa burger. This is a common mistake customers often made with us. A grandpa burger is a triple patty burger, so they often say triple grandpa burger when really they just mean the 1-3 patty burger. But after this one guy, I always clarified that was what they wanted because this guy actually wanted a 9 patty burger. I asked him twice to make sure I wasn't hearing wrong, but no, that's exactly what he wanted. Not only that, he wanted cheese on every single patty. So that's 9 5-ounces beef patties and 9 slices of cheese. Plus, condiments and the like. This wasn't even a big guy. Looked fit as a fiddle, handsome, about 25 years old. And he was alone, so it couldn't have been a dare. I guess he was just really effing hungry. So I had the cook make it. And we stood behind the counter and watched as he ate every single bite. I wasn't even sure how I was supposed to react when he was done, but he seemed quite pleased, thanked us, and left. Never saw that guy again. Number 13. Well, I don't even remember all the specifics, but I once had this old lady come into Olive Garden and order something and literally customize every ingredient. We had one promo entree that contained risotto. She asked me what risotto was, and then asked me to switch it out for plain brown rice and squash. Neither of which we had. We made all our sauces in-house, but they weren't made on the spot for each order. She even tried to customize the ingredients in the sauce. And the end of everything, after I ran around trying to make her happy, she complained to management that I was incompetent for not being a magician and changing how a restaurant works. Number 14. I worked there for a year. We had 3 old women come in. Each ordered SSB with water. 1 water from the tap with round ice. 1 water purified with ice like Sonic. 1 water from a soda machine, no ice. After being explained to about 1 type of ice and only water from the fountain or bottled, they returned their waters 3 times before the poor man called them 3 old bitches and left. This same guy had 1 old lady come in twice every week, order 1 chicken gnocchi and water, and whisper to him I hid your tip in the soup so the busboy wouldn't take it. Sure enough, 18 or so cents in the soup. It was fun there. Number 15. Not a waiter, but I worked at Subway in high school. A guy came in and told me to put a lot of chipotle sauce on his sub. He said, put it on until you think there's too much, and then double it. His sub became a bread bowl filled with several cups of chipotle sauce. He paid for it, I gently handed it to him, and he walked away. In the deli paper and plastic bag, it felt like a warm, very full diaper. Make sure to share your personal story in the comments below and have the opportunity to be featured in a future video. Also, if you like these topics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to continue seeing more content like this every day. See you next time.